quite aggressively there. That little piece. But you know, we have a pretty big announcement coming up now. Let's put in context where we're at. You know, the NFP this month isn't the biggest, right? It's not going to cause huge moves unless it comes in staggeringly strong. If it comes in fairly weak, say around about 140,000 or below, then yeah, you can get some US dollars selling. The market's pretty long US dollars, but it's not going to change the outcome in December for their Fed meeting. Okay, so that's not really up for grabs. So it's pretty much 100%. Even if it comes in at 50,000, pretty much 100%. Uh, and you know, it's just the timing is right, everything is right, and they basically the markets agree they're going to raise, so you do it, right? You don't back away from it. Not this time. Not when they've already got so many credibility problems. Not when the market's already at fresh all-time highs in the Dow. You use that opportunity to raise rates. Now, at 50,000, yeah, you're probably going to get a little bit more US dollar selling than you would generally, but let's just talk reality here. ADP came in pretty strong. So the NFP forecast of 170 to 180 by most banks probably is going to come out around that, right? Or a little bit higher. Now, if it comes in stronger, does that mean that the US dollar is going to stampede higher? Well, it's not going to stampede higher, but it's probably going to continue its march unabated. So there is a target here on dollar yen at around about 115, and I wouldn't be standing in the way of it if we get a stronger than 190 NFP number. But if we get something a little bit weaker, things will get a little bit tricky, and in terms of market movement because we're so long, and it's NFP. Now I've traded maybe, I don't know, 150 NFPs. 60-70% of them have whips. Whips to the point where if it's a strong number, the market will go, say, straight to 114.60 and then pull back to new lows below where the market's starting from. Yeah, so many of these markets reverse that generally I like to play if you watch the last 5 months when I've done this live, you know I like to play the contrarian move. So I like to fade the initial move. Broadly, I like to fade the initial move with the trend if possible. So today, I'm hoping for 140 to 100 number, and that's the easiest trade. That's buy straight on the dip, dollar yen. Okay, that's easy. You can buy with immunity almost. I mean, as soon as the market's got past a little bit of concern here about this NFP, it's going to be straight on to talking about the repeating. It's going to go straight on to. Shouldn't be repeating at this point. Let me just check, buddy. Let me just check. How's the stream quality, boys? I'm in the wrong room. I'm getting mixed up here. I was in the sorry, I was in the new premium room. I didn't see your comments, boys. I'll fix that. How's that sound? Oh Jesus. right, so is the stream working or not, boys? Look, I can repeat what I just ranted about, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean, look, there's more than enough saying they can't hear, but okay. So what we're talking about here, I'll sum it up pretty quick, just to make it simple here. It is probably because I've mucked around with the settings again, and I'm not sure what the. I've turned up the mic now, and I'll speak a little bit louder. Try yelling. Unless it's in this area. All right, you're gonna hear that. This is a pretty. This is a pretty loud mic, so I just timed the sound by about 4 then. Yeah, no. Usually the problem is it's too loud, right? So I usually have it on low setting. I don't want the background sound like the the sirens that you guys talk about. Anyway, so we've got 5 minutes now. Let's do it quick. So the cleanest way to play the NFP result usually is in a dollar yen. Right, that's because it has the biggest movement. And also is the cleanest in terms of if it's strong, it's going to go up. If it's weak, it's going to go down. Now, 60% of all these NFPs involve whips. So the majority of time that I trade, and you've seen this in the past, is I like to buy into weakness with the trend. So if the market's going up like dollar yen, then I like to buy a weakish number, so between 140 and below to say 100. It's pretty easy to buy just the first initial dip. Below 100,000, it might get a little more aggressive to the downside, but generally you're still looking to buy the dip. It gets tricky if the number comes in strong because the market is already overbought, and there could be some funny buggers play here with a reversal towards 115, which is the target that the market's been pushing for since Trump came in. So we're too close to the target to be getting long on a strong number, but to be long on the dip is fine in terms of risk reward. Now the reason why we play dollar yen is that generally it moves with expectations about the Fed. And the reason why we don't care about a weak number so much this time is that it's very unlikely a weak number will change the outlook for FOMC policy in December. Extremely unlikely. In fact, it would have to come in negative to even have a chance of them not raising rates in December. If it comes in strong, they'll start talking about June or even earlier for the second rate hike. Yeah, but that is something which is up for debate still as well. Okay, so what I'm looking to do is to buy on a weakish number. Be careful on a strong number because it becomes trickier. On a strong number, we're going to flip across onto the Aussie. Okay, on the Aussie, and we're going to be selling into with the Aussie, so it should drop down straight away. That is me mate calling up to talk about the NFP. So with a strong number, the Aussie's going to drop, but the Aussie long term has a lot more room to move. So I don't mind selling into the Aussie on a strong number at these levels because I can see it easily going below 73 in the coming week. Okay, so that's the way we're going to be playing it. Strong number, short Aussie, weak number, buying dollar yen. Spot on number it gets a bit tricky. We're going to look at the inflation data, so the wage inflation data, which comes out alongside it, and that could be the key as to how we play it. but I'll trade on screen how I'm going to do it. If you don't know how to get the quickest number, the release numbers, and you don't have a Bloomberg, you don't have CNBC, or you don't have Reuters machine, you have Twitter open. Twitter will give you the cleanest way of getting the information, and so you just sit there, refresh, and then you'll get those internals that you need to make your decision. But initially, you just watch the dollar yen, and you'll see the market move up or down, so you know which way it's gone. So fading the market's first reaction is usually the best course in these events. But definitely I want to be buying the dip rather than selling a rally. It's just selling the rally is not my style, but chasing the rally is definitely not my style at these levels. Okay. Alright, so we've got a couple of seconds here, boys. Coming out in... Oh God, 1 second, I shouldn't have changed that one. That was a wrong button to push. Okay, weak. Looking to buy the dip once we see the number. Alright, yeah, buy that dip. That's fine. So, what's going to happen now is the market will start focusing on what's going on next, which is they're going to raise rates. Bonds are probably going to continue to sell off here. That's the next thing I want to be checking. Computer's running slow here to get this bond market information for you guys. Just 1 sec, guys. Selling is a little bit more aggressive than I would have liked to have seen here. It's actually a little bit dangerous, this price action. This is not great. So you go into one of these events just expecting there to be games played. The game here is easily could be weaker US dollar than people preparing for. But numbers were so spot on that I don't know how they're going to pull that off. I got in at 72. I might cut here just for a sec though. I don't like the way it's rolling. I'm looking to buy, just I'll buy a little bit low. This is not good. So, you know, look, maybe 30, 40 points lower, towards 113 if we can. I just don't want to be buying when the market's playing a little bit of shenanigans here. Like, I want an immediate rally, right? Immediate rally onto that dip. Us mucking around in the mid 114s. That was just too much stalling. Yeah, so you read into that, right? If you're sitting there and you're watching your dollar yen, and you're like, I'm gonna buy that dip, market dips, and then the market doesn't rally straight away. That's concerning for you. So when it doesn't happen as you expect it to, just get out, right? Just get out. Even if it goes up, it's like, well, that's fine. That's what you wanted to happen anyway. It doesn't matter. It's just you got to trust your feeling a little bit sometimes. Seems like it wants to rally now. A little cheeky, a little bit cheeky. We're not interpreting millions of traders. We're interpreting traders who think the same. Right? I don't care about millions of traders. I just care about traders who think similar to me. Amigo. So I've already closed out my trade. I bought, I'm out. Took a 10 pip loss. Don't want to stick around here. I would be tempted in lower at 114. But this is probably the quietest NFP reaction I've seen in a long time. Wow. I'm gonna have some explaining to do to some clients when I talk it up. Yeah, stay up till 12:30. That's what the time of the year is in Australia. I suppose, I mean, it was only going to move if the market came in significantly different to expectations. Alright, looks dollar yen's winning the battle, but yeah, I'm not going to be chasing here. Actually, I don't want to be long. I don't want to be too much exposed into the market into the weekend with this Italian referendum. Although we were talking about last night that the euro is a bit oversold, and it's not. This was before the rally, and that's not that clean to be short the euro into this no vote. No vote's pretty much expected to come out. This is on Sunday. So the no vote itself won't be the catalyst for more euro selling. It will have to be a snap Italian election. That's the catalyst for the more euro selling. You might not get that on Sunday. So positioning short on the euro for the no vote may disappoint you on Monday. Maybe I was a little bit maybe I was a bit quick to get out of that dollar intro. I'm not going to rebuy though unless it's low. if you are still in the trade, I'd be taking profit 114.30 if we can break higher. But I still, I mean, I would be actually concerned about this. This is not good. This is, there's no real reason for it not to be punching. And so you have to ask yourself, you know, just assume that there like to be games played on a day like today, right? What will trap more players here? Long dollar yens getting stopped out lower, or the short dollar yens getting stopped out higher? I just suspect that the buyers here are not that keen. But we'll see. You can keep on holding if you like. I'm out. I'm out of that. I'm not playing that. What the what? I just saw the unemployment rate for the first time. I mean, what? 4.6? God. You know he's going to have a field day with that? Trump's going to have a field day with that. Alright. Yeah, so sorry we couldn't get you more trades today, guys. It's not the sort of trading environment that I'm keen to play in. Be very careful being short the euro. That's not as clean as you think. The ECB news last night is actually really bullish and could get more play than even the Italian vote come next week. So, you know, the market is really rarely as easy as just, you know, keep on selling. We're going to break 104, 65. The short squeeze in the euro has potential here to get to 107, 108. So the limit order I put in a little while ago is 107.50. So we're looking to get filled on that next week, and we can start to get short the euro just a little bit higher. Same with the dollar yen. We do want to pull back at some point next week, and we'll be looking to get long again a little bit lower. No reason to rush into the market here. And the short euro yen that we planned a few days ago, you can get out of that now. That's fine. And dollar Swiss, I'll be cleaning that out. I don't want to be long. And I'll keep the short Aussie. I don't mind being short Aussie. And I'll scale into. Very hard to get back by the 200-day moving average for the Aussie going forward here. But we won't be selling more until we get a little bit higher next week. Yeah, I don't trade dollar CAD on NFP days because the CAD data comes out at the same time. But CAD's been on a warpath since OPEC. I don't know. This level that it just bounced off, even though you can't see it here, is pretty key. Let's go to the 4 hour so you can see it a bit clearer. So there was a fair bit of talk to be buying off the previous resistance. Yeah, it's not my game. I'm more of an Aussie trader. We'll leave that to the North American traders, yeah. Leave that to Jason and co. If you're in the premium room, he'll have a much stronger read on dollar CAD. But I trade the Aussie and the Kiwi a bit more. Yeah, Eurocad. Eurocad wings. I know you love it, man. Yeah, so unfortunately, it's pretty untradeable, guys. No reason to force a trade. Um, this weekend has a substantial amount of market risk. Like, I know it's probably overblown, but there just doesn't seem to be reason for me to put money to work here. Good. Aqua limits. Thanks, mate. So that last NFP was advised lower. That adds a little bit more to the selling pressure. Should cut the top side too. The 4.6 on the unemployment rate, no one will take seriously. No one takes that rate seriously anyway, right? Initial reaction in the bonds was to buy. It's coming back down though at the moment. If you want to know how important the bonds are right now, just show you two charts. Keep in mind. Two-years probably a little bit more important than 10-year right now. But this breaks back lower. Definitely dollar yen's going high. Yeah. Well done, trader. I pussied out, man. I got out of that dollar yen. I didn't like it. But yeah, didn't lose anything, so it's okay. Yeah, I mean this is ridiculous. This is NFP and the Dow's moved 20 points, 15 points. Just be a little bit careful here on all these pairs. There's no direction at all. So you go back to just US dollar on, US dollar off, short squeeze in the euro or not for the next move. All right, guys. Look, pretty sure next month will be a lot more volatile than the current one, but we are going to have to wait for that now. Yeah, the earnings were actually lower there, but market seems to be brushing that off. If you are still remaining long on the dollar yen, I suggest 20 to 30 today. We can always buy more next week, guys. There's no reason to go too crazy here. All right. I'll be back at 9 GMT Monday. We'll discuss what happens over the weekend with the Italian vote and the reaction to not just the Euro Open, but the DAX Open Monday morning. All right, good luck with your trades, guys.